No i proszę Państwa, tak się stało. Ze mną gwiazda z Hollywoodu, z Kanady, Nowa Scotia, tam się urodziła. Hi Ellen! Hi, come on! Hello!
Hey!
Hey, nice to meet you!
Nice to meet you!
I'm Piotr.
Thanks for picking me up.
No problem,
wow.
it's a pleasure.
Door to
So,
door.
hi tiny Canadian.
Hi.
We will drive around the city.
Great.
So during our conversation, if you like something,
Yeah.
you just say stop, and I will explain to you what it is.
Great.
All right?
Okay.
When you hear Poland, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Good question. I mean, I guess my instinct when it first came up
Yeah.
was, oh, I want to go.
Yeah.
I've never been to Poland.
All right.
I've been to lots of places in Eastern Europe. I went backpacking through Eastern Europe when I was 20.
Oh my God! And how
like,
come you didn't visit Poland then?
I'm sorry, I wanted to. It's just like
Sorry,
something...
it's an important word. Just say sorry right now to all
It's
the
just something
Polish
that
people.
I wanted to go to Warsaw. It didn't quite work out, and so I was so thrilled when this came up. And then I was doing my own little. So I think of Copernicus.
All right. Yeah.
Chopin.
So space, Chopin,
I think
music.
of
all right.
obviously lots of unfortunate, devastating times.
Yes.
Needless to say,
Yes, we were driving around the city, which was devastated.
of course. And
Very
so I was
heavily.
reading about Warsaw and it being rebuilt, etc., etc. And yeah, so.
Pierogi, you've heard something
I've heard
about our food?
pierogies and
They're great.
dumplings
Really
and-
great.
yeah.
If you're not, and you cannot be vegetarian in Poland, actually.
Well, I
sorry,
think-
but we'll try. Next time. All right. You flew here because you wanted to talk about the Umbrella Academy so much that you came to Poland. Tell me, Ellen, do you have any superpowers?
Me as Ellen?
You, Ellen. Your superpower.
Oh,
One
man.
secret one.
I don't have a secret power.
Nothing?
No.
All right. And the second question about the same thing. When you were a child, did you want to have one special power? I would like to be invisible when I was younger.
That's a good one. I think mine was kind of a bit boring and cliche and was just wanting to fly. Lots of dreams of flying.
But that's also cool.
Very practical flying dreams, though. Like, I would just be, like, flying above the stairs in my house. Like, nothing too exciting.
All right. Did you read a comic book before you heard the proposal of playing in this TV series?
No, I hadn't.
Netflix series.
Yeah, no, I hadn't heard of it. But then, needless to say, the moment it came up and was a part of the conversation, I got it and loved it.
You read the whole thing during one night? Because yesterday, that's your fault. I had totally different plans.
Right.
And they told me that I'm doing interview with you. So I watched almost the whole series.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Today is 15th of February, so today the
see.
show starts.
Right.
And I felt like Klaus. I couldn't switch off my computer.
Wow.
Yeah, it
and
was
it's all a
great.
good way. Yeah. Oh, thanks so much. Yeah. I think it's pretty,
It's cool.
cool and
Cool.
wacky and, like, not like something people have quite seen yet, wouldn't you say, in the genre?
Yeah.
You say it, because
Yeah, I say it.
if I say it, it just sounds like it could be bullshit.
Okay, we will talk about your character, Vanya.
Yeah.
But first of all, you wanted to hear that. Because when I was watching it, and it's a supernatural family, yeah? Mm-hmm. But even a guy like me from extra normal family, I found very similar problems that we have. Despite that we cannot fly or we didn't go to the moon, but it's a TV series for everyone actually, and you can say, oh, I'm a bit Tanya, I'm a bit of Klaus, unfortunately sometimes.
That's not. Yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah, no, I think what also made me want to do this so much is it has all these elements that we all love, you know, and these big fantasy, awesome, crazy sequences, cool. And then at the core of it is about these people that as kids were like abused, you know.
Yeah.
This was an abusive childhood. They were forced into these incredibly dangerous situations, exploited for merchandise, selling comics, etc.
So let's tell them a bit from the history. There is a
Sure.
guy who is multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
And he adopts 7 children.
Yes.
And each of the children has different superpowers.
Yes.
And he is not a good father.
No.
He's not from Full House.
No.
He's more from some horror movie. He doesn't treat you right, especially you,
especially
Vanya.
me. No, he's like a raging narcissist, you know. And these kids were all born from women on this specific day in the 80s who started the day not pregnant, you know. So he goes and he buys these children, and then he turns them into the superhero team. They have like no childhood, you know, and particularly
like in the army.
Yes.
You're from Russia. You were born in a pool. That sounds good.
Yeah. And my character is the one, she's ordinary. She doesn't have a power. She really struggles because, you know, she's very ostracized from the family. The father's constantly reminding her that she's nothing, that she's not special. And the kids also treat her that way too, like naturally, as one that happens in households.
You will not play with us. You don't have the superpower
exactly.
this kind of way.
So she really struggles, and then really struggles as an adult. So that's a big part of what.
And also, she wrote a book about the family.
Yes.
So that's why she becomes such a. They don't treat her right.
Yeah,
None of them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So when you were reading a script, what was your first thought? I don't want to be Vanya, I want to be Allison. She has a more extraordinary life than me.
I do love Allison's power, but I immediately really, I don't know, I just like felt like I understood Vanya a bit, I related on some level, and after talking to Steve Blackman, the showrunner, you know, extremely talented, wonderful, and knowing her arc and the story, it just really felt right.
Because we cannot talk about Vanya so much, because they will know some stuff they shouldn't know.
Yeah.
But do you like this character?
Yeah, you mean like to play or?
Yeah, to play.
Yeah, 100%. Oh yeah.
So you like changing during the film?
Yeah,
or?
I mean, I think what for me is new too is I'm shooting this 10-hour experience. I'm used to doing a story in an hour and a half, 2 hours, and so I think the joy of it too is you get so much more time. You get you're just allowed. There's more nuance. There's more. So patience.
You can prepare better for this kind of show than to the movie?
No, it's less about preparing. It's more like you just get this
feeling.
Just get a longer time to live with the character. So like the arc's longer.
So it was 5 months in Toronto.
Yeah.
It's a movie city. They shoot everything all the time.
Shooting everything there now. Yeah.
And what are your except your character, which of these characters is your favorite?
Ooh, good question.
I like the big guy.
You like Tom? Yeah, he's great. God, I mean, I like all the characters. I think.
It's a good.
You mean
tough
like
question.
if I was playing a different one, what would I play kind of question? Probably Klaus.
Klaus is crazy.
Like
guy.
to play as an actor, you know.
But you've played with really good actors. You've met a lot of artists, directors, DOPs, and what is the person that was a really game changer about thinking about your work? Who was the biggest? Who made biggest influence on you?
Oof. Well,
it's a tough question.
That's a tough question because it's probably been like, you know, different people at different times. Even when your career is like doing great, you know, you still like, what is that? You know, we're just like people living our lives and still need good advice. To be honest, a big part of what really made me really want to be an actor and really feel excited about exploring whatever that means and the depth of what that means was being a teenager in Canada and working with just these phenomenal people in the Canadian film industry and beyond, of course, you know. So I'm getting to work with filmmakers and playwrights like Daniel McIver is just phenomenal, and Sandra Oh, and like all these incredible films, people, and getting to be a part of these films, and that really, really inspired me. And then And then it's like, I don't know, different steps of the way. It's just like, it could be a thing that I met through a friend of a friend who... oh, you're talking specifically about filmmakers.
No, I'm talking about acting. Because I think if I would be an actor...
Yeah.
I would really appreciate meetings with normal people, you know, women in grocery store, a guy in a bus. I think it teaches you most than Oscar Gala.
100%. Well, in terms of that, then I'd say what ends up being the most sort of moving thing to me, or the thing that like reminds me there's like a purpose to telling stories, to doing all this, is really, I'd say, when people do come up to me, or come up to my friend Ian Daniel, who I make a show called Vacation with, or I'm having this sort of interaction with someone who's felt like that allowed them to be who they are, allowed them to come out to their parents, helped them realize that they needed to helped them accept their child. You know, we sort of have these interactions on a relatively frequent basis, you know?
All right.
And I think things about my career on that level, I don't know. I feel so lucky to have what I have and the career that I have. The thing that makes it feel really worthwhile, the thing that means the most to me are sort of those interactions that feel really deeply real with people. Like you really made a connection.
But you're an open person when you're making... I have to tell you.
Yes, tell me anything.
Here.
Sorry,
you have to come here.
It's
the place called B. It's like 10 years here, on the first floor.
Yeah.
And it's really weird, but a lot of people are there, and the whole square here during the summertime. You have to come here from May till October. Not February is not a good month, and they meet here, and it's crazy. You would love it. So. Ellen, what are your plans for 2019? Your filming plans?
Well, my filming plans, I don't think I can quite say at this point. Do you know what I mean?
It's a secret?
Sort of, yeah. There's that. And then for me, yeah, I guess it's kind of a secret.
You cannot say anything. Now you're in Poland and you're thinking about it. And the Umbrella Academy.
The Umbrella Academy, yes.
So except you, Klaus is your favorite character from this series?
Well, the play, yeah. I love so many characters. I think if someone was like, if you could choose one other character to play, what would it be? And I'd do Klaus or I'd do Diego. Diego's pretty cool. He's very brooding
but
all the time.
He has such a big problems in his head. You know,
does.
They all have.
They all do.
So they all need a psychiatrist. And sometimes I felt as a viewer that they are lying on a couch and I'm listening to their problems.
Well, isn't that
And it's cool about the
totally.
TV series.
I hope that this is something that offers something to people. Here's a show about people that had this brutal childhood. Now it's all these young, adults in their early 30s trying to navigate a life where this stuff's manifested in their lives. And this happens to all of us in varying degrees.
I wanted to take you by the hand and don't go there, or don't be afraid. Everything will be good with this violin part. You'll do it. But do you play a violin in your?
I don't. No, I mean I tried my best. Obviously, took lessons for this, but it's so hard.
Yeah, it's
people who play the violin are utter magicians in my mind.
So it's is there a big difference between we've talked about it, but I wanna talk about it again, about shooting movies and TV series, because now the whole Hollywood thing is changing. Actors didn't play so much in TV series because TV series where people thought that they are less artistic, and now everything has changed. So there's not a bad thing to play in a TV series.
Yeah.
So you what you prefer better, or there's no difference? between TV series and movies?
I mean, I like both, right? Like shooting a movie, especially like a smaller independent movie, like you have 8 weeks, you're all coming together, you know, you work crazy hours every day. It's like you're just emotionally, oh look, the Umbrella Academy. You're just like
I wanted to show you this,
You're like
but they didn't finish it.
They didn't finish it. It still looks cool. And so like you're like emotionally sprinting every day and you're making this sort of concise 1.5 to 2 hour piece. Whereas with the show, like similar. To me, the things that are so awesome, it's just like all the time. And more freedom, I'll be honest. Like Netflix really lets you be weird and take risks, and I find the film industry can
it's
not
like
do that as much.
70s, 60s way of filming that artist, actor can improvise more or can experiment more on his character?
I wouldn't say... No, I mean, you could have experiment and all that stuff shooting an independent movie, totally.
All right.
I just mean more like you as an actor have more time with your character, I guess, over this like 5-month period of creating this long, long arc and journey.
Okay.
And that is fun in a whole new puzzle piece kind of way versus how you approach doing a movie. Do you know what I mean?
I'm trying.
Yeah. So
Very
that's
hard.
fun for me as an actor to like live in a character that I like.
So,
it would suck if you didn't like
so
it.
you turn off your phone when you're on set and you're focused and you're changing from Ellen to Vanya and nothing else and you don't care about anything then.
I mean, yeah, I care. Yeah, I care about things. I can bounce in and out depending on. I'm
So
sure
you
there's
can
certain
get out,
scenes you've seen where you're not just like having.
You've seen this documentary, Jim and Andy, where
yes,
Jim Carrey was totally Andy Kaufman.
I'm just like that. That's my process.
That's your process. All right.
I scream and I yell at people.
I cannot.
I'm surprised no videos have leaked yet of my horrible
But maybe
behavior on set.
Netflix will think that this is a good way to promote this TV series.
They might.
This black side of you, Alan. All right. I've heard that I've seen Conan yesterday, the video from his show, and I've heard that you are making a book about jokes. Is that true, or it was one big Conan joke?
For a minute, with my friend Amy Simons, who's an amazing actress, filmmaker, we were gonna make a joke, but we seem to have lost our momentum with this. But I could tell you a joke right now.
Of course.
I think I told it on Conan. Never mind.
This.
I just like my one about like, what do you call an insect who's in trouble with the law?
Okay.
A defendant.
That's a good joke.
Right?
In scale 1 to 10, strong 4.
Strong 4. I will take a strong 4. I'd take a strong 3.
You can make a telephone jokes chapter. It's my favorite one. I call to people and I say, "Hi, is this a zoo?" And somebody answers, "No." And I say, "Why the monkey's answering the phone?" It's great. You have to use it.
This is a...
Old
How about
school
what's a
joke.
smartphone's favorite food?
Oh my God. I think in Polish, it's tough.
Right.
So what is warm?
Apps.
Cool, good.
Appetizing,
So
yeah.
this is in scale 1 to 10, strong 5.
Wow.
Thank you, Ellen.
Wow.
So
cool.
we have 2 minutes to hotel. So
Great.
maybe my turn.
Your turn.
All right. When you call to a guy and you say, "Hi, doctor," and the person says no, and then you say, "You should learn more." That's a good joke.
Yeah,
Practical joke.
That's very practical.
You can practice in the hotel.
Okay, cool.
So we go to the hotel.
Yeah, where are we right now?
This is Street Mazowiecka. It's hell on earth because there are a lot of clubs. And during the weekend it's full of people. But this is a very good museum with modern art and Polish art.
Cool.
This is the building which was created by Norman Foster, world famous architect. And you can see here, this is one of the best monuments, my favorite monuments. This is the monument of the unknown soldier. This is the rest of the palace which was here during the war. And this is the only part that survived. So when you have a bit of imagination, you can think about the whole place here before the war.
Yeah.
So Ellen, it was very nice to have you here.
Oh man, thanks for having me.
I will watch Umbrella Academy. I still have three episodes to see.
Those are wild ones.
So I think we can. It's weird because I would like to talk with you about this TV show for an hour, but I can't because they won't watch it. So Ellen, hope to see you again.
Oh, me too. I really appreciate you having me on your cool program. So thank you.
So thank you very much. And my editor, he's saying to me right now that he's a fan, first of all, and I'm a fan of a big guy. So during the second series, just tell him that he is a big fan in Poland with Canadian descent. All right?
Okay, you got
Thank
it.
you. Proszę Państwa, laureatka nominacji do Oscara, gwiazda serialu The Umbrella Academy, number 7, Tiny Canadian. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. You too.
See
Thank
you.
you.
Bye
See
bye.
you.